Have you ever hit that moment when you are just fed up with feeling stuck, average, or just not your best self? Yeah, we have all been there. But it is that very moment that can kickstart a journey like no other. A journey to the best version of you. This video is going to transform your life just the way you want. We are going to discuss the stages of self-improvement that will make you tough, smart, and confident. Let's crush this. The first stage is unawareness and realization. Yeah, it might sound weird, I know, but the first stage of self-improvement starts with unawareness. If you are here, chances are you are not fully in this stage, or maybe you are just about to leave it. Every day is like the one before. You don't really think about why things are the way they are. You are just going along with it, whether it is good or bad. Life seems kind of dull, or like something is missing, but you haven't even realized it. Ever feel like you are just going through the motions, not really connected to who you really are, just floating along without making your own choices? That is being unaware for you. Then, suddenly, you hit this moment where things start to make sense. Let's call it the wake-up call or realization. This is when you really start to look at what is going on inside you. What do you believe in? What do you stand for? How are you doing health-wise? And how do you get along with people close to you? It is also about how you see yourself, like how confident you feel, and dealing with any mental health stuff head-on. Ask yourself what is important to you. What makes you who you are? What motivates you to want to improve? This is your chance to be totally honest with yourself about what you want to achieve. When you face where you really are right now, without any sugarcoating, you can truly figure out the changes you need to make. Real growth and self-improvement start by admitting where you are right now, on your own. Now, the second big stage is to question your habits. This part is all about taking a hard look at what you do every day and asking, is this really helping me? It is time to dive deep inside and figure out what is actually making your life better and what is just holding you back. And with this approach, you will start to see that you want a lot more from life than what you are getting right now. To really question your habits, you have got to be honest with yourself. Ask, does this habit make me feel good or help me reach my goals? If not, it is time to kick it to the side. Say you are spending hours scrolling through social media every day. Is that making you happier or smarter? Definitely not. So, ditch that habit and replace it with something that does help you grow, like reading books on topics you care about or learning a new skill. These kinds of habits can boost your knowledge, make you feel better about yourself, and push you closer to your goals. The next stage is to learn to listen to your heart. This phase is super exciting, because it is when you start making choices based on what you really want, not just what others say you should want. You will realize that a lot of the time, you have been following the crowd or doing things because that is what you thought was expected of you. But now, you see that change is necessary if you want to live a life that is true to you. This is when you really start to shake things up. You begin exploring new ideas and ways of living that feel right to you, not just because they are popular or safe. Listening to your heart also means choosing a career path that makes you excited to get up in the morning, even if it is not the most conventional or the highest paying. It could mean deciding to travel and see the world instead of jumping straight into a 9-to-5 job after college. Or it could be as simple as choosing to spend more time on hobbies that make you happy, even if they don't make sense to anyone else. The goal is to make these decisions for yourself because they align with your true desires and values, not because they are what you are supposed to do. Now, the fourth stage is the action phase. This is when you have done all the thinking and are ready to really dive into making yourself better. It is a big deal because you are moving from just thinking about change to actually doing something about it. This is when you are tackling those old habits and ways of doing things head on, and even when it gets tough, you're not backing down. This part of improving yourself is super rewarding. For example, if you have always wanted to get fit, instead of just watching workout videos, You are actually lacing up your sneakers and hitting the gym or the park. It is all about taking those steps, big or small, towards the version of yourself you have been envisioning. And sure, there will be days when it feels like you are not making progress, or it is just too hard to push yourself. But remember, every bit of effort counts. Each action you take builds up and leads you closer to your goals. So, keep at it. Celebrate the small wins, and don't be too hard on yourself. The action phase is where the magic starts happening, and trust me, it is worth every bit of sweat and determination. Next up, the fifth stage is what a lot of people find themselves in, and it is all about being self-critique. I get it. Nobody likes being told they are messing up or could do better. That is why self-critique is gold. It is all on you, which means no outside noise, just your own honest assessment. But with self-criticism, you are not beating yourself up over the past. Instead, you are taking a hard look at the changes you have made. But you have got to be fair with yourself. You are asking yourself if you are really liking the new direction you are heading in. Look at the actions you have chosen to get better. Are they actually making a difference? If not, it is time to switch gears and try something else that works better. You need to check in on what is working and what is not, and then make adjustments accordingly. This is a deep dive into introspection again. But this time, you are comparing your new self to your old self. Remember, the goal here is to grow, not to get stuck beating yourself up. Now, this is one of the most important stages in your whole journey to self-improvement, the stage of personal transformation. First up in this transformation saga is learning new skills. Picking up something new, whether it is coding, cooking, a new language, or even how to fix a bike, does wonders. It sharpens your brain and makes you more adaptable. And hey, it is a solid boost to your confidence. When you can do something today you couldn't do yesterday. These skills make you more interesting and open doors, new jobs, hobbies, and conversations. Next, you have got to surround yourself with positive people. Stick with guys who lift you up, not those who drag you down with negativity or jealousy. You know the type. People who always find something to complain about or can't stand seeing someone else succeed. Ditch that noise. Instead, find people who cheer on your wins and push you to be your best. Positive vibes are contagious, and they can push you forward like nothing else. Now let's talk goals. You can't hit a target you haven't set. Without goals, you are just wandering around hoping things will get better. Nah. You need to be ambitious. Set your sights on something specific. Want to learn a new skill? Set a goal. Looking to get in shape? Set a goal. You must have a clear direction, so you're not just spinning your wheels. And don't forget about self-care. This isn't just bubble baths and face masks. It is about taking care of your whole self. Get enough sleep. Eat foods that make you feel good. Move your body. And give yourself a break when you need it. Self-care makes sure you are operating at your best, which makes tackling those goals and learning those skills a whole lot easier. Personal transformation is about building a better you from the ground up. It is tough, sure, but it is also the most rewarding thing you will ever do. All right, next is the stage of growth and maintenance. A lot of guys think they have hit the jackpot with just a few changes. But let me break it to you, dude. That is not how this whole self-improvement gig works. It is not a one-and-done deal. You have got to be in it for the long haul, constantly evolving, growing, and keeping up with the new you. And no, this isn't for anyone else but you. See, the journey of getting better doesn't just hit pause after you have nailed the first few stages. It changes into this whole lifestyle of keeping up the momentum and making personal growth a part of your daily grind, not something you have to force. Hanging on to the good routines you have set up during your personal transformation phase is what is going to push you forward through the endless cycle of self-improvement. If you are gunning to be a top-notch version of yourself in every slice of life, then consistency, grit, and discipline are your best friends. These are the magic ingredients to keep you on the up and up. So don't slack off thinking you have done enough. The real game is in keeping at it, day in and day out. That is how you make real and lasting change. Moving on to the seventh stage, which is all about self-acceptance. Now is the time when you have sifted through what works for you and what doesn't. And now you need to embrace the new you. Sure, swallowing changes isn't always easy, but the trick is to focus on the wins these changes bring. Look at how your new moves are boosting your self-improvement game. Maybe you are feeling more confident, making decisions without sweating it, or keeping your cool in tough situations. This stage is where you start to really get yourself and throw some love your own way, like never before. Instead of wrestling with life, you are hugging it out. You accept who you are and where you are at. You are finally at peace with the real, authentic you. Now, let's hit the final stage, which is self-actualization. This is the big moment where you have changed and grown into the person you were always meant to be. You are using all your talents and skills as best as you can. The idea of self-actualization is fulfilling our greatest potential, is the top goal we all have. It is kind of like the cherry on top of everything we do in life. This stage is when you are really in your groove, feeling completely satisfied because you have given your all to be the best version of yourself. It is what you had aimed for in this journey to self-improvement. And that is a wrap for today. If you found this journey insightful, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more life-changing content. See you in the next video.